Are you ready to get inspired and meet with other women and have so much better feelings about yourself and what you're doing? Stay tuned. We're going to talk with Susan of Identity Magazine. Hi, welcome to episode 40 of the Small Businesses Do It Better show. I am Carissa Dunphy, your host, and I want to start out by mentioning that this show is sponsored by Overhaul. At Overhaul, we want to help you create something for you. We empower your home office lifestyle through web hosting, cloud services, and domain names. Visit overhaul.com to work with us today. And also for the listeners of the Small Business Do It Better podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. So go to audibletrial.com/SBDIB, Small Business Do It Better, to get your free audiobook download. Okay, so tonight is a really exciting show. I love Susan of Identity Magazine. She has her blog that she started is so inspiring, and it has so many posts that you can't find anywhere else, and so many contributors. It's a great community. I just love it. I can't say enough good things about it. I'm really excited to talk to her, so we'll talk to her in just a minute. And I wanted to first, we're going to mix things up a bit tonight, and we're going to talk about our product first, because later on in the show, at the end, after we talk with Susan, we're going to do a really cool thing that just popped up today out of nowhere. It's a special Shark Tank gifts segment that I'm going to do for products that have been on Shark Tank, and they built a special website that I'm going to share with all of you guys. But first, we're going to talk about the Porta Pocket. Now, this is really cool, and I totally tested it out this weekend, so I'm not just showing it to you out of nowhere. But this is from Kendra, and it is portapocket.com. So what this is it's a pocket. You can put it wherever. It's a portable pocket, hence the name. Okay, so the unique things about this is it's made of neoprene. So, I don't know. It's stretchy, but not too stretchy. It's not too firm. You can put it anywhere. And there's a bunch of different features, which I'm going to tell you about. Something really cool that Kendra does, though, is every day she posts on her Facebook page a tweet that she saw just randomly on Twitter about someone who's complaining about not having a pocket, someone that can benefit from using her product. She's seeking out these tweets and featuring them, which is really cool. Okay, so first of all, you just flip it on your arm. Well, I'm just going to show you this one. So you put it on your arm, and the cool thing is that it Velcros off. So if you have like the larger one, like this one, for example, the strap is longer. So you can put it around your thigh. Like on her website, she uses it as under the bride's wedding dress. So you can use it for special occasions. And the neoprene is really smooth, so it's not going to snag on whatever material or fabric that you're wearing. So I did test these out this weekend. I went out and had fun, and I didn't want to, I won't say what I was doing, but anyways, I went out and had fun, night on the town. I didn't want to carry things with me. I had my key, but I had my one key in my pocket, in my Porta Pocket, but I didn't want to have, like, you know, I always keep my cell phone. It's just always in my hand. So what you can do is wrap it around your ankle under your jeans where nobody can see it. Put your stuff in there, your business cards, Kendra's card. I had my chapstick in there, my phone, one on my phone now, but your phone fits in the larger one. You can just Velcro it on. If you want to be like a survival pocket person, then you can put multiple ones on, and that's pretty cool. You can put them anywhere, though. You can do your ankle, your thigh, your arm. You can use them for running. And one of the things that she has on her features on her website also is you can use them for medical needs. Like, for example, diabetics, they can put their pumps in here. My dad's a type 1 diabetic, so he's always plugged in, and he has to go running, and he has to rely on pockets to go running in. He can't rely on fashionable shorts. So he always looks kind of funny when he goes running because he has to have something with a pocket. So by having the Porta Pocket, you can look stylish and not have to worry about that problem. So her website again is portapocket.com. You can get fancy bling Porta Pockets in different sizes with different size bands. And there's no zippers. It's safe. There's no snagging. They're super versatile. You can wear them if you're traveling, you don't want to carry your purse, whatever. So go to portapocket.com, and on Twitter she's portapocketgal, and her name's Kendra. She's super nice. She will talk to you. So go to portapocket.com, check them out. Okay, so that was our little product segment. Thanks, Kendra, for sending these. I really did use it this weekend, and it was handy. Okay, so let's all get introduced to Susan of Identity Magazine. So welcome, Susan. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much. Good evening. I'm honored. I'm extremely excited to be part of the show, and I'm just excited.
I'm super excited to have you because I love reading your blog. All the different contributors on there, and there's important stuff on here, but there's also stuff on your blog that most people don't want to write about themselves or embarrassed to ask about. So it's a great place to go for all aspects of everything. If it's here, I mean, you literally cover everything.
Yeah, my whole point was just to create a safe place for women to be perfectly imperfect.
Awesome. Well, you're doing that, so we all thank you. Okay, so why don't you start out by telling us a little bit about yourself and your business and how you got started, because you had no business background.
No, I did not have business background at all. I actually took sculpting, drawing, ceramics, and graphic design in college. So no, I didn't have any business background. But I started in 2005 with my current job as a graphic designer. And I was working for a medical company, and we were creating visual scales. They were called rating scales. And I kind of lost you.
I'm still here.
Okay. They're visual rating scales. And what we did was say somebody was going to go get Botox and go to a doctor's office. We had a scale from 1 to 5 showing the lip volume, from very thin to very voluptuous, and the doctor would compare you to the scale and show you where would you like to be. So we were creating these scales for every body part: noses, wrinkles, nasolabial folds, chins, all that. And that wasn't so much the problem, but the problem became that our employees, we were guinea pigs, so we were manipulating employee faces. And sooner or later, I was actually manipulating my own face in Photoshop quite a bit. And my then 25-year-old face, I started to really focus on all the little lines that I really didn't have because I was manipulating myself. And I started to pay attention to the media and the newspapers, and at that time, we really started to always talk about changing ourselves, taking diet pills, lipo, how to lose 10 pounds in 10 days. And I never felt that women were being accepted for who they were, flaws and all. And so I wanted to create an outlet. I wanted to create an online magazine that had positive information, positive articles from the everyday women sharing their everyday life and stories, the good, the bad, the indifferent. And that's how I kind of got started.
That's amazing. Because you really completely did a 180. This is totally the opposite of what you were doing. You're making people feel better, not physically or not on the outside only, where it kind of doesn't matter sometimes.
Right.
Okay, so how would you suggest somebody starts a business with no business background like what you did?
Yeah, it's very challenging because you don't know where to start. You have no clue. You're like, I mean, it's this huge field, this huge world, and there's so many questions. And so what I say and what I did was I just started I call brain dumping, and I've learned this from my other coaches. Just start brain dumping everything that's in your head. What's going on? What are your thoughts? What are your ideas? And then ask yourself a question. And that's kind of where you end up starting. You ask yourself that question and you move on from that. And I just, when I first started, I gave myself homework every night, and it just branched off from brain dumping to questions. And then that just took me to the next step, because you don't know where to start, you don't know where to go, but you got to start somewhere. So just start brain dumping and form a question and go from there.
That's a good tip. So if you're wanting to start a business, dump your brain.
Yes.
Brain dump. And so you have all over your website on identitymagazine.net, you have your principles on getting all A's in life. So can you explain this principle? Because it's very cool. I really like it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, these that we call the Identity Five, they've evolved over the years, and they are 5 questions that you can use as a tool, and I help guide in workshops as well, and you'll see through the articles people answer them, but I help use these questions as a guide and a tool to dig inward about yourself. Our whole philosophy is you need to accept yourself both physically and mentally in order to appreciate anything. I mean, it's pretty common sense. You can't really appreciate anything in life, physically, mentally, if you don't accept it. So when you accept and when you appreciate, you are able to achieve at a much greater level. And I've developed these questions. I've used these. I continue to use these in journals to get through a situation, to solve a problem, for business, for personal, just because a thought process. I need a guide. I'm a type of person that needs kind of guided questions to get through something or get through a thought. So these 5 questions are tools to just dig inward about who you are and how you think and what you've done, what you've accomplished, what do you accept, what do you want to work on accepting more about yourself physically or mentally, or what don't you want to accept in your life, what won't you accept in your life, what do you appreciate, what do you want to achieve, what do you still want to achieve. So these questions, we've really have been the brand of identity now. I mean, you can't, when you write an article for the magazine, we have you answer the Identity 5 questions, and you can answer them multiple times, because the more you answer them, the more you kind of break down that wall and you dig a little bit deeper and you get a little bit more intuitive.
It's sort of like the process of before you do the brain dump. You go through these steps.
Yeah,
and then you can just get the answer, and it makes everything much more clear and like finite on what you want to do and where to go.
Absolutely.
Without going through the process, you're kind of fuzzy and.
But yeah. There's a variety of ways, and there's no right or wrong reason. I mean, right or wrong way. I mean, I've used these 5 questions to help me make a decision whether to move my office from New Jersey to PA. I've used these questions to guide me through a personal life where I moved to PA and I didn't know anybody, didn't have any business contacts, and I was complaining and just being a negative Nancy all the time. And I realized I used these 5 questions to guide me through the thought process of what's going on, what are my responsibilities, what are my strengths, what can I do, how can I change this. So yeah, they're great questions, and they're questions that you don't think about. So they're really thought provoking.
Definitely, it's a good. I don't know what you getting steps of A's.
Yes, getting all A's.
And you kind of just answered this, but what is your advice to someone who is just starting out in identifying themselves?
I like this, and it sounds so simple and
no.
But what I like to tell people is, again, it's get a journal, get a piece of paper, or if you're not a writer, videotape yourself or speak into a microphone, but start just discussing or journaling about you. Talk about yourself, and whether you want to do it to a friend, but find out all about you. Start to pay attention. Start to find out what makes you tick. What are your drives? What are your passions? What do you love? What do you don't love? You need to discover all of your likes and your dislikes before you before you attack anything in life. I
And
mean,
be
you need to.
honest too with yourself, because it's not going to do anything if you're not completely honest.
And what better way to be honest in a journal or writing where nobody else is reading it? It's completely safe. And it's just breaking the barrier and just being authentic and let it all out and start living your dream, start living your passion because we all deserve it. And life is hard. It's very challenging and nothing is easy. It's an emotional roller coaster, but you have the choice to take each day and make it happen and ask yourself the next question to get you closer to your happiness or to your success.
That's a good tip. Write it down. You can always go back and reference it, see where you've come, and look at it dead in the eye too.
Yes,
Good
yes.
tip. If you're in the live chat right now and you have any questions for Susan, then type it in and I'll ask it. I will ask her. I mean, so let's see. Kendra, who's a Porta Pocket gal, just now logged in. She said she was sleeping, so I'm sure she was probably watching the election stuff. And I want to say hi to Julie Boucher also, who's going to be on the show in a couple weeks, who's in there right now. She's thinking it's a nice break from the watching the election. Okay, so tell us about your tour that you're going on across the country, the kind of people that you're meeting and what you're learning from all these people.
Wow, yes, I am definitely learning. I'm learning a lot. And this is also a challenge. But when I launched the mag book, and the mag book is an actual physical mag book, and it's the first 3 years of the online magazine in a book. And again, it's also interactive with the Identity 5 questions following their respective chapters. Obviously I have a Open Door Publications publisher with the book, almost self-published. And I was like, how am I going to get my book out? How am I going to get this mag book out? Nobody knows me. I'm not famous. I don't have a huge publisher. So what can I do that connects me with more women? It's creative, it's different, and it's fun. And so we developed this 48 state tour idea. And the goal was to hit all 48 state tours and provide this intimate, interactive workshop for women that is all about the 5 questions. It's not even about me. The workshop is about the women in the workshop, and I guide them through the 5 questions. It's 2 hours. We've got some wine and cheese, and there's video, and there's music, and there's journaling. And we head to Phoenix, Arizona, November 29th. We have the Wrigley Mansion is our sponsor. It's a beautiful venue. I'm super excited to be heading there. So that's our tour stop number 8. I've learned a lot. We have had women from 3. My initial first tour stop was in Maine, and I had 3 women. And I wasn't going to cancel because I am a firm believer in planting the seed and watering it and watering it and watering it. Because it wouldn't be where it is today if I didn't go to Maine for the 3 women.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we've had 3 women, we've had 40, we've had 30, we've had 8, we've had 7. And no matter what, the people who show up, the people who register, were meant to be there at that night, at that time together. And it's always such a different dynamic. But the one thing I'm always amazed is whether 2 people know each other, or I've had a workshop, a tour stop where nobody knew one another at all. The support that we give each other is amazing, amazing. That you never think. I mean, women can be very hard on one another, and we don't always share our weaknesses. And this is a workshop where actually everybody starts to share a little bit of their weaknesses and their strengths, but their weaknesses are so supported, and we actually turn them around and make them see the strength out of that weakness. So we really come together. And it's very inspiring. It's very empowering. And whether you have confidence or you're lacking confidence, it's always taking you to the next level.
That sounds really interesting. Make sure you tell me when you come to Seattle.
I will.
Definitely. Julie in the live chat wants to know if you have a literary agent, or how'd you go about getting a book deal?
Well, it wasn't a book deal. I mean, this Open Door publication is a smaller publishing a firm. And so when I left my full-time job, I picked up bartending on the weekend. I had an office. So I had an office for my magazine Monday through Friday, and I bartended Friday nights and Sunday nights. And I paid and designed the mag book. And so now all costs were covered for, and now it's just, selling it. So I really decided that I wasn't going to wait for a publisher because I wanted to move forward, and books can always be republished. If I happen to get a publisher, we can always redo it and relaunch. Anything is possible.
That's really good advice.
Yeah, it really is. I wouldn't hold back if definitely go for your dreams. If you want a publisher, keep pushing, keep pitching. But if you can publish it yourself, I say go for it, because you can always relaunch. But my publisher was smaller, and I just did it myself. I did the layout, I had the vision, I designed the cover, and I worked with Open Door Publications, and they did all the editing and the formatting, and then they got me on Amazon, Barnes and Noble's Books A Million, and that's just how it was self-funded pretty much.
That's awesome. Thanks for asking that question, Julie, because I've never heard that route before. Every author that I've talked to, they're like, I got published. It took forever to get published. I would never do it again. Yeah. So, I mean, you sound like this worked really well. And, I mean, it sounds like it worked great for somebody doing their first book who wants to get it out there sooner.
I absolutely believe that. And I know a lot of people think, oh, well, you publish a book in 2009, the shelf life, is a year, and then it's dead. But if it's good, and if it's unique, and you keep believing, you keep having faith, and you keep pushing it out and being creative with it, you never know what's going to happen. Somebody could pick that up. HarperCollins could pick it up, and then they just reformat it, change the cover, maybe add a little bit more marketing to it. You never know. I just don't hold yourself back because you're waiting for somebody else.
That's a good tip. So, Julie, if you want to write a book about all the things you can put Slausa on, you don't have to get published. You can just go this route. That could be a good book. Slausa. That's a whole other topic. But anyways. Yeah. It's funny. Susan, I want to thank you so much for chatting with us. But before you go, please tell us where everybody can find you online and how we can reach you and get your tour information, all that good stuff.
Yes, the main site that links to everything is identitymagazine.net. That's .net, N-E-T, not .com. So identitymagazine.net. You've got everything there, all the articles. You'll see how to find me, connect to me. I'm also on Facebook, Twitter. We're Identity Mag on Twitter. I'm very approachable. Feel free to shoot me an email, message. I'll respond as soon as I can.
Awesome.
And thank you.
She is very approachable. Okay, so thank you again, Susan. I so appreciate you joining us tonight because you had a bunch of information, and it's all good, important things that everybody should do and go take the process through. So thank you again. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The viewers got a few good tips out of it.
Definitely. Well, I did for certain. So thanks again. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Yay!
And
wasn't she fun? I like Susan. Okay. This just popped up. I just added it into the show late in the day. Super excited about it. I'll do a Steve Gadlin whoopee from the cat guy. Okay, so brand new website has launched, and you all know how big of Shark Tank fans I am. Small business owners in general. I was looking around, but they're watching the election. They're not there anymore. Okay, so brand new website. It's called sharktankgifts.com. And I want to go through a couple things. Basically what this website is, as you can see it here, is a list of products that have been on Shark Tank. And they launched a website, basically, so you can just find everybody in one place. So it's super easy. So if you want a one-stop shop for Christmas ideas or holiday ideas or birthday or whatever, and you're a Shark Tank crazy person like myself, then go to sharktankgifts.com. I want to talk about a couple of them on here, and there's some that have been added. They're always adding new ones, so keep checking. So the first one was on the show. I think it was last week, maybe the week before. But it's EcoNuts. It's award-winning, eco-friendly laundry detergent and cleaning products, all made with organic, sustainable dried fruit shells that grow on a tree. Very cool. We also have a Lolacup. They were on last season, and the Lolacup people joined us on our Shark Tank live stream premiere party, which was really cool. Lolacup is a stylish and smart alternative to the traditional sippy cup. It's valve free and it's a weighted straw, so kids as young as 9 months can sip it easily and effectively even when it tips. There's Mars sprays. They were on this season also. They are a full line of oral sprays that you spray in your mouth and they're absorbed in your tongue. They have multivitamin, immunity, energy, appetite suppressant, kid spray, and sleep spray. So if you don't like swallowing pills, that's an awesome alternative. Send a ball. This is awesome. I absolutely love this. Okay, so Send a ball is just like a greeting card, but it's not a card. It's a fully inflated 10-inch ball, like the ones you see in Safeway in the bins or wherever. So it comes with a puntastic message on it, and the stamp and the sending address is right on the ball. So there's no box. They don't have to blow it up, anything like that. They get a ball handed to them from their mailman. That's pretty cool. Another one on here is Rekicks. Rekicks are, I think they were on last season. They are 100% recyclable shoes. Very cool. Landfill-free sneakers. They don't only represent eco-friendliness, but they also are fashionable and sustainable. So you can recycle the whole shoe. That's just cool to say that you have a recyclable shoe. You can't just throw your shoe. I mean, that's crazy. That's cool that they're making these things. So the next one, my son saw this and went crazy, is Ava the elephant. Look isn't it cute? It's a little elephant. I love it. Ava the elephant is a talking children's medicine dispenser. So your kids takes away the fear and anxiety out of medicine time. And she has Ava the elephant thermometer stickers. So the parent can put the sticker on the forehead and monitor up to 24 hours of temperature. So you don't have to take temperatures of your kids ways they don't like. So the next one is Fuzzy Buns. I think that's just a funny name. It's fun to say. Fuzzy Buns is a cloth diaper modernized. So you can save your money, save the earth, save your baby's bottom for diaper rashes. So again, we're on SharkTankGifts.com talking about all the products that have been on Shark Tank on their own brand new website. Okay, this one is just fun to say. This one was on this season. The Spatty and the Spatty Daddy. If you guys watch Shark Tank, they were laughing hysterically. All the sharks were just rolling because that's just fun to say. So these little tiny utensils, I guess you could say, are specifically designed to go into small containers with small openings to get out all of the product. They're inexpensive. They save you money. Super versatile, so you can use them in anything. Makeup, food, whatever. They're just like tiny spatulas with a long handle. Okay, so Cubits. I'm fascinated by these. Cubits are construction toys where you can build things. You can build various shapes. They're large and flexible pieces. And you can build tons of things, relate them to science and math, and just learn. It's a toy that you can learn from. The Chef in Black. This is also very cool. These products are the perfect blend of natural spices and seasonings. So you can just quickly add things into your seasoning and seem like a gourmet chef by just throwing a couple things in. So this is another awesome one. Throx. Yes, I said Throx with an X on the end. There's a picture right there. 3 socks for the price of 2. A pair of socks plus a spare. The cure for the missing sock. If you get a hole in one, you're good to go because it comes with 3. Back 9 dips. I cannot wait to find this in a store. It's everything in a chicken wing on a chip. So it is a dip. Their dips are everything that you would get in a chicken wing. They've got 3 flavors. Original Buffalo, Southwest Sweet Heat, and Buffalo Blue Cheese. I cannot wait to find this. I am all over this. I'm just waiting for it to come to a store near me. Okay, so Scottavest. This is pretty cool. You guys totally remember him. It's right here on the screen. This is the x-ray view of the vest, the coat. It's a revolutionary new patent pending pocket, the quick draw pocket, which allows you to access your smartphone through clear touch fabric and not have to take your hands out of your hand warmer or out of your pocket or anything. So you can have all those things in your coat, and they have all these pockets and run your wires through it and all that stuff. So the Vinamore, everybody loves wine. The Vinamore is a crazy awesome looking triangle 3D. I can't even describe it. You'd have to see the picture, but it sits on the top of your wine glass, and you pour it on it. It goes through the filter and then hits this glass ball. So it perfectly filters your wine. And this guy who invented these has worked in fine dining restaurants, and he knows what he's doing. And each piece is hand-blown glass. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the ones really quick who have been featured on the Small Businesses Do It Better show, because everybody loves them, including me. I love all the other products too. Okay, so the Smart Baker, we had Daniel on the show. The Smart Baker allows you to bake on autopilot with their cheat sheet aprons, like you can see here. They're upside down measurements, so you can see them while you're baking. And they also offer free personalization on their products, so it's a great gift. And Wired Waffles from Wired Roger. Basically, they put an energy shot into a waffle. They're fun, they're functional, they're really good. I tasted them. You can watch that video. I was kind of wired when I did it. They don't need any syrup because they're moist. They do have caffeinated syrup if you'd like it, though. They have 4 good flavors, including with bacon, so you can have all your breakfast in one waffle. And the Shono towel, Shelly Ealer. Shono, it's the ultimate 4-in-1 towel. It's a bath towel, a beach towel, a cover-up, and a changing towel all in one. And I have one of these, and it's very cool. You find all sorts of uses for it. And last but not least, the cat drawing guy. Everybody should send a cat drawing like what you see here to somebody. And I'm totally going to do exactly what he wrote. Steve draws custom stick figure cat drawings for any occasion. Steve will draw a cat for you that's short and fat. He'll draw you a cat with pork pie hat. He'll draw you a cat, whatever the vibe. He draws the cat that you describe. He wants to draw a cat for you. So if you go to this website here, sharktankgifts.com, all these gifts, they're constantly adding new ones. They've added a bunch since I've made this list. So go here to get all the products that you have seen on Shark Tank, and they cover everything. So you can do all your shopping right from here. So awesome. So I want to thank everybody for watching. You can watch us live every Tuesday at smallbusinessesdoitbetter.com. So thanks again for watching. And next week we have, this is really fun. It's November, and we are going to have an ice cream company founder on here. So Felicia Hatcher, who's the chief popsicle at Feverish Ice Cream, is going to join us. And the product we're featuring is completely the opposite of that. It's the Aqua Fire Pit. So stay tuned for next week. Same time, same place, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 Eastern, right here at smallbusinessesdoitbetter.com. Thank you for watching.